everybody? Welcome back to Old Volks TV. It's crunch time, gang. Got this yellow car driving me nuts. It's in my garage. I've been working on it forever. I just can't seem to make any headway on this thing. This is gonna be the weekend. This weekend, we get it all done. Fingers crossed. Everything, the motor gets in there, the transmission gets in there, the K-for bars and the thing underneath, the stiffy cross mount thing, and get it all in there. Just get it all in there. The brakes, we're gonna do it. It's gonna happen. I'm excited. I'm excited because I think it's really gonna go. We're gonna work on it. It's Friday. We're gonna work on it all night. We're gonna work on it tomorrow. We're gonna work on it Sunday if we have to. I want that thing out of here. I need it to go. I know that he wants his car back. I really want to give him his car back. Let's go. Well, I wanted to test fit it to show you, just to have it go in smooth. I wanted to kind of see how it goes in because I've heard that there's some fitment issue possibilities, and boy was there. Man, that thing fits tight. These right here, I put the cradle in. I prefer to have the cradle on the transmission when I put the transmission in, just because it goes in a lot easier than trying to mess with these little screws. But I needed to put it in order to make sure that these little guys were going to clear, because I had to shave off a bunch of the little metal surrounding the bolt. There's like these little gussets that I had to cut off and flatten, and then I had to bend these little brackets, both sides. I had to give them a little bit extra of a bend because, like I said, they were designed to be mounted behind that, but you have to cut way more off, and I'm just not comfortable taking that much material off of that. Although I guess these kind of take the place of stiffening that. Boy, are they in there tight too. Like, I got them kind of adjusted how they need to be adjusted. It said to put them in loose, boy, they don't go in loose. This one across the top, super tight. I got them bolted into the new shocks, and then these ones up here currently are just loose, but there's a bolt that you have to drill a hole for and bolt them through. But there's a little clearance issue over here with the brake line, the little T for the brake line. So that's going to be tricky. Hopefully I can get that on camera for you. I was just thinking of getting it all in there nice and loose and then taking a couple pieces off and showing you the smooth install, but it's work, man. It's a little work. Goes in, once it's in there and you get the geometry right, it's really nice. And I can see how it's definitely going to stiffen up. You're not going to fold here. You're not going to come up here. This is all super strong. So we're going to drill those holes, throw a bolt in there. I got this bushing. I got our seal. I've got this seal. I've got Bowden tubes to put in there. And then we can put that transmission together real quick. And then hopefully get that transmission slid in there. I'm going to have to take these off and hopefully I can get them back on. They're like, I had to use the hammer to tap them into place just because the geometry is so tight. But let's see, we can get in there and hopefully get a transmission in there. Sometimes you gotta take a break. It's a lot of work. We got our nose cone seal, we got our cable bushing seal, we got our Bowden tube for the clutch, Bowden tube for the accelerator cable, some other little seal that just said cap. I have no idea where it goes, so I just kind of put it on the end of one of those things. But that's going to be nice when we go to put that motor in. Then we got that ground strap right there on the cleaned off area. And then we got the K-for bar, bloop, that guy, all set up in there. Let me get you off that mount. There we go. Hey, that's a lot better. So we got everything, everything's all in. It looking real tight, looking real good. Alright, we were out here till about 2:30 in the morning, putting the brakes on and getting everything adjusted and cleaned up and bolted down tight. I got the transmission in, we got the starter in, brakes are done. I got to do the mid-mount, but I got to steal some nuts off of the donor transmission because there's no nuts on there. He put longer studs, but there's no nuts, so gotta get that sorted out. We're getting a late start today. It's like 3 o'clock I was hanging out with my kids this morning. Wife had to work, so getting a late start. Axel's on his way. He's bringing me a coffee and some muscle. He's going to help me get this motor off the stand and onto the floor so that we can, get it underneath there and hopefully get that thing in there and get it running today. On the ground, on 4 wheels. Driving, I don't know, but it'll run. Tow it back to Tracy's house. He's not too far away, and then I'll go get it after the next super cool car comes in here. Got all these nice cars coming in my garage, and my poor ragtop's just sitting here. I need to do something. Any case, that's later, much later. So let's get this motor torn down, ready to go in the car, and then when Axel gets here, we can lift it off the stand and get it in the car, and hopefully, use those Weber windows. Man, I'm excited about those things. It's going to make that a whole lot easier, that process. So, come on, let's go. Here we go. Get the little back piece off. Little ring comes off. And then we have just the fingers and the flywheel, or the throwout bearing. The throwout bearing is just going to push right on those. So we'll take our little clutchy tool. Put that in there like that. Just like that, and then that's going to line us up inside the flywheel when we put it on the car. So let's go do that. There's the reinforcements with my coffee and all that muscle. Alright, that stupid thing beat me. I didn't make it on the day that I wanted to make it because you can see that. That's one of the studs that comes out the bottom of the case. Axel and I, wrestling that motor in there. We were trying too hard. We were trying to go too fast. And putting it in, and it got all scratched and beat up, and it wouldn't fit, and we were fighting it, and then finally we get it lined up, and he's jiggling the motor trying to get it in, and I'm watching that bolt just not move. And then he jiggles it a little bit, and I stuck my finger in there and just pushed it, and it went bloop, and it fell right out of the other side of the transmission. Not good, man, not good at all. Luckily, we got a Mitch. Mitch knows how to do stuff. And I was terrified to drill into that thing to try to drill it out. Easy outs never work for me. But I went to Mitch's house and he got it. He drilled it out, he tapped it, cleaned it all up. I've got some new ones, put them in there. Awesome. The tins were all scratched and beat up, so I asked the guy, what do you want me to do? I got to repaint them anyways. So we did a complete color change. We did that. Purple. There's a bunch of purple on the car, so now the motor's purple. Kind of matches the pulleys that he put on there, and it looks alright. It looks different. It looks flashy. It looks fast. So it'll be alright. It'll be pretty cool. So I didn't film it because I didn't know if it was going to work, but I got it in the hole. All I got to do now is jack it up and jam it in there. I bought some big old jack stands so we can get the car high enough to get it under without scratching it. I got it all in there. So now we're just going to get that motor. I've done this 1,000 times. Jack it up, slide it in. Hopefully It's gonna work. Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
We got it! It's in the hole. It's in the hole. I got 4 bolts holding that thing in. It's in the hole. Everything's solid, nothing broke. Almost no scratches. Had to cut out a bunch of the body on that side to clear those Superflow head bolt nut things, which I was kind of expecting to do, and it was rusty anyway, so we would have had to cut it out. I'll go back and patch it up, you know, real nice later. But it's in. I am not going to put that thing together tonight. I got a whole table full of junk that I took off of that thing, and we're going to do that later. So, you know, we got monkey bars, we got the transmission in, we got the brakes done, we got the motor in. Everything is set up in the back. The wiring is all there. I just got to bring it to here. Hopefully the wiring is good so I can get this thing to be a runner. We are gonna, I still got the oil cooler to put in. I got the electric fuel pump up in the front. I got to pull the gas tank out. Luckily it's not even bolted in right now, so that's good. But I got to run that. I got to make sure that fuel line's good so I don't have to run a new fuel line. Oh god, the list. But the list is getting shorter, so we're good. For tonight, I'm gonna call it. That's it. You know, we had fun. My back's killing me from being underneath this stupid car for weeks on end. But we got it. Yeah, hit the links, visit the friends, buy a t-shirt, all that good stuff. Hit the subscribe button. Hit me in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you next week.